My name is Lama Yeshe. I'm one of the resident teachers at Kagyu, Sukha, Chöling Tibetan Buddhist Meditation Center in Ashland. And we're in a piece of property, 7 acres, called the Clear Creek Development near the corner of Oak and Hersey. And our center, which has been active in Ashland for 7 years, realized a few years ago that we were rapidly outgrowing our current space on Granite Street. We looked for rentals and leasing and other kind of property opportunities, but as a church, as we're considered in the United States, you need to have a conditional use permit to operate legally, which is an important way to be in a community. So that's sometimes difficult to find in rentals and leasing situations. We were fortunate to locate a 0.17 acre parcel in this development, and that will be the home of the new center for Kagyu Sukha Chöling. We hope to break ground in 2007 and have the building occupied for meditation services, retreats, classes, etc. in 2008. So this piece of property has become very dear to us. You can see in the background there are vertical prayer flags of the Tibetan style here to mark the approximate four corners of the new building. And there's a sign that shows images of the building itself, which will be in the Tibetan style, but as interpreted within the design, the prevalent design here in the Northwest, and also using materials that are green and sustainable, because as Buddhists, from our values, it's very important to consider interdependence and ethical relationship, to consider neighborhood, to consider locality, to try to do as little harm as possible to beings or to the earth. And that led us in a green and sustainable direction almost immediately. And also we have the near neighbor of mitigated wetland, and so we want to be very careful about how we build and what we use in any kind of a building site, because this wetland is full of life. Our philosophy at the center is that everyone is welcome. No one needs to be Buddhist to walk in the door, and many people who attend meditations aren't Buddhist at all. They're Christian, or they're Jewish, or they have no faith. But they come and take advantage of whatever the programs are, which are all open to the public, with no, in most instances, no financial requirement at all. And we like to say that this building will be in the heart of Ashland. It's a 3-story building, and it'll be built into the hillside that's off to our left. So if one approached the building from the upper parking lot, it would appear to be a 2-story building, and this will be the entrance to the sanctuary floor. It'll be a large meditation room seating as many as 66 people, and also a big kind of open space for chatting and having a cup of tea, and a nice kitchen and bathrooms, that sort of thing. This is the residence floor up here. There'll be 2 apartments. And if one enters from the lower parking lot off Hersey Street, you can see in both of these images that this will be the commercial retail space, and back behind it, or better seen in this image, will be the meditation center's offices. And I should say that we do call it a meditation center because both of the resident teachers are not monastic. That is, there are 2 women teachers at the center. Neither of us is a nun. And so in that sense, it could never be called a monastery. Mostly, we view it really as an open-door meditation center. It feels like a very powerful and also very sweet process to be in the design of this. We'll be using local suppliers. We are using local designers, builders, suppliers, supplies wherever possible, and laborers. I feel it's important to be a good neighbor in Ashland. We're grateful to be in a town like this and in a valley like this. We're currently in a more than 100-year-old farmhouse on Granite Street, which we will miss, but the process of moving toward a building we hope will stand and be used to build peace and build community in this valley. We hope it will last for at least a century, and that feels like a good future to move toward.